So I've given the tuners a really good clean up, and now I'm just reassembling them. I put grease around all of the parts which are moving. Surprising how little wear there is. So yeah, I'm really quite pleased with these. So I'm just giving the bridge a good old clean up now. These saddles are incredibly crude. They've got these little notches, obviously for the strings to go in, so there are 3 positions in each of them, so I guess that gives you a range of alignment of spring spacing. And what I am doing with those is I'm just running a file through, obviously to clean it out, but then also just to round the edges off a little bit as well, so it's kind of a bit more gentle on the string as it breaks over the saddle. But no, they're all kind of coming up nicely. I mean, obviously we're going to have the patina, etc. But yeah, looks like it's going to be a good functioning bridge. So I'm just cleaning up the Pickguard with some fine burnishing cream, polishing compound, and it's really coming up quite nicely. Some of the edges, the dirt's ground in, but that's really because the edge itself is uneven, so that's quite easily remedied by using a cabinet scraper just around on the edge there. Oops, there we are. Yeah, just to take the top surface off. And indeed, if I was making a new Pickguard, that's exactly the technique I'll be using to put the shampoo on it. Right, so there's the revived Pickguard. The finger rest has been cleaned up with some wire wool and beeswax. We've got some foil for improving the shielding on the back there, so that's ready to go back onto the guitar at some point. So the last component that requires some sort of remedial work is this chrome plate. It must have taken a bash at some point, because I don't know if you can see that, it really is quite hollow. So the knobs must have had a bash and it's pushed the metal in. So I need to try to lift that dent out. And also, I thought it was meant to butt up like that, but on closer inspection it actually overlaps, and there's a little bit of a recess cut here. Now this side fits nicely, but that side doesn't, so we're going to need a bit of filing there so that fits over perfectly. So, as I said before, one of my concerns was the alignment of the neck, and actually that's been quite easy to remedy by putting a shim of veneer in between the neck and the body at this point here. That's been enough to move the neck over a little bit, so when I check it now at the bridge, I've got an equal amount either side. The only thing I think I might do is partially plug the screw holes that are in the neck itself, because I feel that when I tighten them up they're not really biting, they're not holding the neck firmly enough. So that's something that I need to do, and I think a shim plus the screw holes refreshed, that will remedy that alignment issue. So all the components have been taken off the body now. I've plugged all of the screw holes because most of them were badly worn, and all I'm doing now is going over the whole of the body with some 12,000 micro mesh, really just to give it all a good clean. I'll then give it a bit of a buff with some burnishing cream, and then yeah, I think we'll be ready to start putting it back together again. Right, so there we have it. The body is nice and clean, and we're ready for the reassembly stage. I mean, clearly there are chunks of paint missing, scratches, etc. I don't mind all of that. That's the story of the guitar. What I don't like though is a dirty guitar. So that's nice and clean now. Yeah. Right, so it's all getting rather exciting now. So the bridge cleaned up, it's been fixed down with some new screws. And as I said, I plugged the holes because the whole thing was a little bit wobbly. So that's nicely secured. Sorted out the alignment of the neck. So that's again been fixed in securely with some new screws into the partially plugged holes. So that joint now is nice and firm. As you can see, I've painted the inside of that electrics cavity with some conductive paint. The refurbed tuners are fitted, so yeah, not too far off. I did say, didn't I, that I would make a new nut, but actually when I cleaned up all the old gunge and glue off of it, it's absolutely fine. And of course, with this setup of a 0 fret, the only thing that the nut's actually doing is holding the strings the correct distance apart. So yeah, I'm going to use that one, glue it back on, and of course it's nice to use it because it is the original one, and with any of this restoration work, the importance is to keep it as original as possible. So as a kind of temporary measure, I put the old strings back on, and I just really wanted to get an idea about the alignment of the strings and the bridge, etc. And that's absolutely spot on. I haven't fixed the pickguard down yet, because what I wanted to do is make sure that when I do fix it down, the pole pieces are underneath the strings. So that's about a good average. I've taped it in place so I can now re-drill all the holes that I plugged and yeah, fix it down. So nice new appropriate screws, and again from Black Dog Music. Okay, that is pretty much it. The only thing I've got left to do is really put a brand new set of strings on it. These are interesting though. And what I haven't got is the cover for the bridge. And what happens is these little bits of studding go into the body, the cover goes on, and it's then fixed down with these little thumb screws. Bit of overkill if you ask me, but yeah, I haven't got that cover, so I'm not going to try to put these in the hole or anything. I'm going to have a look around, see if I can find a suitable replacement, and then I'll fit those, but that could take months, unless of course you happen to have one sitting in a box in the back of your shed somewhere and you want to send it to me. But yeah, that's pretty much it now. New set of strings, and I think we can say job done.